Morning, welcome back to the shop. Before I get into anything, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to to the guy that's sponsoring me for this. It's actually going to be Jason's and Sons Custom Carpentry Incorporated. But I'll put a link to their site down there in the description below. And these guys do really good work. And if you actually tell them that you heard about them from me, it'll actually it'll help me out. It'll help you out because these guys do really great work. Anyway, moving into the video for today, I'm going to show you the finished product. I'm going to have to kind of Tarantino everything because I didn't get any footage of me roughing out the first part that you're actually going to see the finished product of today. And then I went back this morning and was going to show how I roughed it out and everything and lined everything up and got it ready to go on the chuck. And then we had an accident, and yes, I've still got all my appendages are still attached to me. But I had a pretty major accident. It's going to take my lathe down for a little while till I can either find a replacement part or figure out somebody that can actually make one for me. But hope you enjoy.
Alright, got me a center finder. Ordered that. There will be a link in the description below to this one here. It actually has several different settings, if you can see the little pinholes that are in it, going all the way up to the top there. But it's a 10-inch diameter total. There we go. It's a 10-inch diameter total. Moving on. We've also got a Robert Larson center finder, which will help me out when I'm actually, hopefully when I'm doing a log or anything like that, just a straight branch off the tree or something like that, and throw it on the lathe in order to find the centers on it pretty quickly. Once again, links to all this stuff in the description below. Get over there. Got me some clamps, other than the C clamps that I'm usually working with, just Irwin quick grips. Ran down to Lowe's real fast. And some Type Bond wood glue. So, number one, I need this because it's actually going to be in the next project you see, where I'm actually starting to get stuff ready for that one. It might be a multi-part. I might just go ahead and do it all in one. I don't know which means. If I do it all in one, it's going to be at least a few weeks before y'all actually see that one. But if I don't do it all in one video, then it's going to be different parts that I'm going to release out. Which, I know a lot of people don't like the different parts. Gorilla Super Glue. Actually got some of that to actually help fill in the cracks. You'll see some of that being used in this video here. But what I'm really proud of, and that I've got a hold of, is I got a chuck. It's a PSI woodworking chuck. Had good reviews, but it actually opens up pretty good little bit there. Wow, I actually didn't know that it opened up that far. But I have used it. I've used it in this video here. And I love the action on this thing. Got a couple of different, I'm not exactly sure what in the world these things are called. Jaws. There we are. Jaws. Why the hell can I not think of jaws? But anyway, got a couple of different jaws for it. I've got this one here, which of course is the like 2-inch jaws that they have for it, and then I've got the internal jaws, which actually I can put any. I can put it down to on a mortise that's like maybe, I don't know, I haven't actually put it on this thing yet, but it's maybe about half inch down to that small. Maybe, I'm not exactly sure. I may find out and tell y'all here a little bit later on. I also got one of the big like Jacob's chucks plates that fits on this, and I did check, it actually does still fit on my rather small antique lathe here. Alright, a friend of mine named John, he's been going through a bunch of his old stuff, saw that I was in need of some lighting for when I'm actually working on and hollowing out and everything like that. And so he actually found an old drafting lamp. That went real weird real fast. But he found an old drafting lamp, and I'm actually using that. Of course, it's got the articulating, and you can tell how old it is just because of the springs and everything on here. But I'm actually using that to light up my work here, giving me a little bit better lighting on that. And I also went ahead and got me a drill bit chuck for the lathe. However, I did not check before I ordered this thing to see if it would actually fit in my tailstock. All right, got the block cut out from the big chunk of hickory over there. You just use my chainsaw, cut right down the middle, and then cut the sides in half to actually get down to these two pieces here that I have. Got my little center finder on here, little circle drawer. I wouldn't really say center finder for this, but got it about as close as I can, and I know I can only use the 7-inch because that's about as big as my lathe will handle. But now, just gonna get it in here, draw me a circle out. It's a little harder to do with one hand than I thought it was going to be. Got my circle drawn out. It's not exactly center, but it should be close enough for what I'm actually going to try and do on this. And I'm going to have to take these corners off. Probably just use my handsaw to do that. Take these corners off of it and just get it kind of balanced up into where it will actually spin on my lathe. Got it mounted up. And it's been a few days since I actually did get it mounted up over here. But, I mean, you can see there's a crack running through right here, and it actually goes pretty deep down in there. And of course I had it mounted on the worm screw there. And then over on this side, I tried to take some super glue and get some sawdust mixed in with it, as well as some of it right here. I'm not real worried about these because I don't think those are actually going to go that deep, but these cracks are what I'm worried about. I know they won't go past here, but I mean, if I've got a crack in the edge of the bowl, that I don't really mind that, but I'm just worried about, you know, if I start turning it and going, and then all of a sudden it just decides that it wants to critically fail on me. So I'm gonna see. We'll start turning it and see what happens. I could still go down, but I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and switch over to my scraper, see if I can't clean this up a little bit on the inside. That looks nasty. It just chipped all up all over the side. Hell, wait a minute. Yeah, it chipped all up, but... Alright, that is not the tool I should have been using for that. Yeah, that really needs to be sharpened. Speaking of which, let me get a quick little sharpen on this. Alright, see if I can't round that edge off a little bit. That scraper did not do what I wanted it to right there. Alright, let's see. Yep, nice catch right there. Roughed that all to shite. Alright. Let's see how we can do with this. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why I'm still scared of this damn thing. Trying to challenge myself, trying to make myself use it more, figure out how to use it. I do have it friggin' razor damn sharp right now. But with the tool rest that I have, let me get this shit off. Alright guys, got to cut down the centers that I could basically make it. I'm actually going to move this just a little bit down this way. I'm not going to have it right there where my center mark was. I'm going to move it just a little bit down this way, just to have it a little bit more centered up for how I got it cut out here. Then we'll get it mounted up on the lathe and see if we can't get it turned into something that is a little bit rounder than this. And I'm just drilling this hole with a 5/16 bit so the woodworm screw will fit in it. What the? And something's going on with my drill. When all else fails with the cordless tools, go to the plug-in tools. That should be deep enough for that woodworm screw. Yeah, I don't have a lock for my lathe spindle, so I have to hold it with one hand and turn it with the other hand, and sometimes that gets fun. Trying to get it tightened down as much as I can on here. Here's an idea. Use the damn tools that came with the thing. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. It's about as tight as I can get it on here. Now let's switch this thing over to slow speed and see what we're going to get out of it. Really? Is that all you're going to do? Are you that wobbly and out of balance? Oh yeah, nice and wobbly. Probably just shook the hell out of y'all, but we'll see what happens. And guess what? Dummy forgot to turn the camera on again. This thing is really, really wobbly. I'm keeping it on the lowest speed that I got on here on the lathe, and just trying to use the bowl. I tried using the rough and gouge, but this thing was just catching too much on these surfaces here, right in here. You can see it's tearing out like hell right there. So, using the bowl gouge, just going slow and steady back and forth. See if we can't get this thing to get round to where I can actually speed the lathe back up. And that wasn't the tool rest catching. That was the tool caught. In fact, I can see it right there. The tool caught right there. And that broke my damn banjo. Thankfully, when it did that, when the banjo came down, or the tool rest came down, it hit the off button for me. Well, crap.
Hey guys, just did the, of course, I just went ahead and stopped after that. Wasn't really going to try and mess with it anymore. I do have another piece, or actually I've got a good bit of this hickory left. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to see if I can't turn out another bowl and actually get this thing looking better than it is right now. Especially without the, humongous chunk that I knocked out of it accidentally. Having that catch with the skew chisel. Still trying to work on that thing. I'm going to get it down one of these days. But I can take this as it is right now, and after a little bit of hand sanding, not really going to put that much of a finish on it. I'll rub it down with some linseed oil or neat's foot oil or something, whatever in the world I come across. I was originally planning on actually coating it in an epoxy, but it might be a little difficult considering the fact that it's missing a good little chunk right there. I can still get it done, coat the inside, coat the outside, just paint it on, but I kind of really wanted this one to work out because it's the first bowl that mostly stayed together, and it's the first thing that I've actually turned with that new chuck that I got. But anyway, I'll put some stills up here at the end, see if I can't wait till tomorrow and get some better lighting to where I can actually get some good pictures of this thing other than with the crappy lighting that I got going on right now. And I may decide that I'm going to rub it down, put some sort of oil on it, or I'll just leave it like it is and just throw my keys in it or whatever I can figure out to do. My wife may come up with something. She usually does with all the crap that I make and take inside. But I know I am gonna have to. I'm gonna have to take something that I make out of this log over to. It's one of my friends that actually gave me this chunk of log. He found out what I was doing with the lathe and said, "Hey, I've got this big chunk of hickory here. Take it and see what you can make out of it." So that ought to be. I've got to give him something for giving me this. I mean, nice chunk of wood. Yeah, it's old. It's old. It's already seasoned up, but got to make him something. Anyway, if you like the video, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and if you do hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell notification over there to the side of it. If you do have any critiques or comments about what I've been doing, how I can actually make these things better for all of you that are out there, please go ahead and drop a comment down in the comments below. I'll have links to everything that I used today that I can actually put links up for down in the description below. And other than that, have a nice night. We'll see you next time.